Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Whimsical Valentine's Day collection from Whimsical Ideas from Pam for 2020 that's available right now. In the description box below, I will link the Whimsical Instagram page. I will link their Facebook page. I will link my Instagram where you can see more swatches of everything from this collection. And then I will leave Pam's email address. She doesn't have a typical site that you can order from. The way her ordering works is you just kind of shoot her an email with the polishes that you're wanting to order. She will shoot you an invoice, you pay it, and then she'll send it. So that's how that works. I will leave her email address in the description box if you're interested in purchasing any of these. I don't know if I said it, but they are available right now. We have 6 new polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Jocelyn, and I did lose my bottle shots for these, but this is described as a ballerina pink polish with a delicate purple shimmer. So here is our first coat, and I went in heavy on my pinky, so I did go back and take some of that off. Formula on this is really good, very smooth and easy to work with, no running, pooling, or staining, as I had some I got it in my cuticle here, but that was not the polish's fault. This is very easy to apply. It is a little bit sheer and streaky here on this first coat, so it is going to have to be built up. Here is our second coat, and that's building up well in 2 coats, but I do have a couple of dark spots still, so I am going to go in for a third coat. The shimmer that's in here is nice and strong. It's not going to be one of those super flashy, you can see it from a mile away shimmers, but it's definitely there. So here is our third coat, and that does cover completely in 3 coats. This one is also going to dry down nice and glossy all on its own. If you don't have time for a top coat, you could, in theory, skip it, but I would still recommend putting on a top coat to protect your manicure. Nothing in this polish is going to dry textured or be difficult to remove. So there is 3 coats. So up next is You've Got a Friend, and this is a clear base with violet, purple, periwinkle, and garnet glitters in different sizes and finishes. So I am going to build this up in 2 nails on 3 coats, and then on the other 2 nails I'm going to layer it over Jocelyn. So this does have a good formula. It is a glitter heavy polish, so you are going to have to manipulate it some to kind of get it to spread out evenly, especially if you're building it up on its own. If you're using it as a topper, you won't have to worry about that as much, but some glitter placement is necessary. This is also a really good contender for sponging if you are into that, which I am not. So here we go with it over Jocelyn, and it does spread out really easily and evenly, just minimal manipulation to get those chunkier glitters to spread out evenly. This is going to dry with some pretty intense texture. You will want 1 or 2 coats of a glossy top coat depending on how thick your top coat is. The thicker the top coat, the less coats that you would need to cover any kind of texture. This one is also going to be pretty difficult to remove, so bear that in mind. With these chunky glitters, I like to use a peel-off base coat, but of course your manicure won't last as long if you do it that way. So there is 1 and 3 coats. Up next is Age of Aquarius, and this is a dusty blue polish with a pink shimmer. So here is our first coat. This is pretty sheer here on this first coat. It does have a good formula though, not too thick or too thin. Again, no running, pulling, or staining on this one. The shimmer that's in here is a little bit stronger than that of the one that was in Jocelyn, I think because it's in a more contrasting base, but I do think it's the same shimmer, just a little stronger in this one because of the base color. So this is building up well in 2 coats, but I can still completely make out my nail line, so I am going to go in for a third coat. You do have some brush strokes in this one when it's wet, and those do go away as it dries. So here is our third coat, and that covers about 94% on 3 coats. I can make out my nail line, nobody else would be able to, kind of thing. This is going to dry pretty glossy all on its own. I would still recommend top coat, and nothing in this is going to dry textured or give you a hard time when removing. So there is 3 coats. Up next we have Stop and Smell the Roses, and this is a clear base with pink and rosy red shard glitter. So I am going to build up this polish on its own on 2 nails, and then the other 2 nails I am going to layer it over Age of Aquarius. This has a good formula. It's a little bit more base heavy than glitter heavy, as opposed to You've Got a Friend, but it does have a good, smooth, easy to work with formula. I would recommend using this one as a topper as opposed to being on its own. It's just a little bit sparse on its own for me. These do take a little bit of manipulation to spread out, just as would any chunky glitter. So here we go over Age of Aquarius, and again I do like this better as a topper. This one is also going to dry with some pretty serious texture. Again, you will want a top coat for that reason. 1 or 2 coats depending on what kind of top coat you use, and removal is going to be pretty difficult. This is still a glitter. It mimics a flake in appearance, but it definitely does not remove like a flake. You could also sponge this on if you want better coverage and want this as a full manicure. So there is 1 and 3 coats. Up next we have Sweet Nothings, and this is described as a clear base with pastel matte glitters and red heart glitters. So again, I'm going to go ahead and layer this one up on its own on 2 nails, and then the other 2 nails I'm going to layer it over OPI's Let's Be Friends, the reformulated version. This has a really good formula, pretty good glitter payoff. I didn't have any issues with getting these glitters spread out. Again, it is a chunkier glitter. It is going to take some manipulation, but very minimal. This is another contender to be sponged on if you didn't want to build this one up in X amount of coats to get full opacity. These heart glitters do take a little bit of fishing, but they're not difficult to get out whatsoever. So here we are getting it over the OPI, and I do think I prefer this one as a topper, but I do really enjoy it both ways. This one is also going to dry with some serious texture. Again, you'll want a thicker glitter-eating glossy top coat to smooth this out, or probably 2 coats of a normal glossy top coat. This one is also going to take some scrubbing to remove. Again, I would recommend a peel-off base coat if that option is available to you. Otherwise, it is going to take some scrubbing. So there is 1 and 3 coats. And lastly for today we have Glass Slipper, and this is a clear base densely packed with micro glitter that looks like crushed glass. So I am going to do 3 coats of this on 2 nails, as well as 1 coat over a black cream. This one has a really good formula, very smooth, very easy to work with. I didn't have any kind of application issues whatsoever, 0 manipulation, no problems. This is going to dry extremely textured, kind of like a sandy, almost Zoya pixie dust-esque finish. If you don't like that, you will want top coat for that reason. This is also going to dry dull, so that top coat will help that sparkle shine as well. I prefer this one on its own, but I do think it looks really beautiful layered over that black as well, kind of a New Year's Eve manicure. This is going to be extremely difficult to remove. Again, I would recommend that peel-off base coat if that option is available to you. So there is 1 and 3 coats. I was so excited to open my package and see that she had made a polish named Jocelyn, and it is perfection, and it is beautiful, and it is definitely my favorite of the collection. The pink shimmer that's in here isn't like the most apparent on your nails, but it is this soft, subtle, beautiful color, and I really, really like this. So Jocelyn is definitely my favorite of the collection. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.